To be honest, I'm very nervous about today's video because I've put my phone in a very risky position where it could fall off at any time, but I thought the angle was quite good. But anyway, on to the actual video. How to get better. How to get better. Better. So, how do we get better? How do I get better? And that's a good question. But today's advice is actually not what you might think it will be. So, stay tuned to find out. So it's from a conversation I was having, it was only last week actually, and it was with an individual who's a great individual, very highly intelligent individual, I know. And might as well say he, it's easier. But he wasn't the only one who's kind of asked me these questions, and I've heard these questions asked again and again. Because we live in a very competitive world, I'm still trying to say the word world right correctly. So, we live in a very, very competitive world, and people are always competing and trying to get better and better. And it's a question he asked me that kind of got me thinking, and it's kind of, I didn't think it was a very good question, and it's the kind of things that can get people down. Luckily, I've got quite good, I built up my self-esteem and try and be internally focused and just see how I can give value to people. But for some people, it might quite upset them if they're, not in the right state of mind. And he asked me, are your books selling well? And are you making a lot from your coaching business? Now, that's showing interest, and that's nice. You think, okay, showing an interest, and that's nice. But really, that sort of sums up a lot of society. It's on results. Do you get the question, are you enjoying your writing, Johnny? Is that going really well? How are you enjoying making those videos? How are you liking those content? Do you really enjoy it? What do you really enjoy about it? We don't get so many of those questions. We do from some people, but it's just the way the world's going. And what that does is focuses on results, not the love of doing what you're doing. I've written for ages and I've not sold loads, but I write because I absolutely love writing. The better question would be, why do you enjoy writing? And what is it about it that you enjoy? I'd love to answer that question. It's just the creativity, the freedom, I get the expression, all those things whilst delivering really good messages, or messages I feel will give really good value. And this is just how the world is. So how to get better, I'm going to go through that now. The thing is, before I get into these tips, is you can be who you want to be right now. You don't want to be waiting on an outcome to get better. You can be better right now by just becoming the person you want to be. So think in the future. Think if you want to be really big, what your big ambition is. And that's great. Think about that. But think about what that person does. What habits do they do? What makes them what makes them excited every day? What's their work ethic like? And then just keep doing more of that, because you can be that person right now. So for me, I don't have to wait to get on the stage to start talking to people. I just getting my phone out and then talking to people, putting it on YouTube. I'm making podcasts. Anyone can make podcasts. Just put a podcast, go onto Anchor and upload it. You can do these things right now. Obviously, if you don't want to do a podcast, don't do a podcast. But if you're waiting to start to do a podcast until you're bigger or better, then you're going to make a mistake and you're going to be waiting a long time, because you can start at any moment. And I remember I was saying, I've got to learn a bit more before I start a YouTube channel. And then I just started a YouTube channel and I absolutely love it. And am I amazing? No, but I'm improving all the time. So you can be the person you want to be in lots of cases right now. Don't wait. Just think about the habits you need to apply every single day. So going on to my tips. First of all, leading from what I said, think about journal that big goal. Journal that What would it mean? What would that dream life look like to you? And I don't mean, don't think about money. Don't think about all the things you own. Think about the feelings you're getting. Thinking about the value you're giving everyone else. What would you be doing? So for me, when I dream, I close my eyes and I visualize this every night. I'm on these big stages, providing these messages. I'm writing books and books and books, and I'm loving it. And I'm just like sitting on a really nice balcony in my flat in the city centre of Bristol. Love Bristol. That's where I visualise myself to be, and I love it. But I'd be travelling as well. But then I think about that, and then I just have to think about, what do I need to do now? And what I just need to do now is similar to what I'm doing there. It's just working around a day job, obviously. It's writing, and it's providing as much content as I can, because I can be that person now. So think about your big goal first of all, and then think about what you can do. Then my next tip is to write down 10 things you have achieved. So we get so distracted by seeing what everyone else is doing. You can't help but go on social media and see how so-and-so is going to make you 100,000 grand in 100,000 grand? 100k, probably a better term, in 6 weeks, in a month. How so-and-so is going to get you 1 million followers, which are probably fake followers and you have no engagement anyway. There's all these things, how this... What the classic is how you can sell as a coach. I've seen, oh my God, I must have seen about 15 different programs on how you can market yourself as a coach. Does my head in. But these things are going to pop up, and then you're going to see people competing. But just going back to what you've achieved and overcome in your life, it's easy for us to forget. So just write a list of 10 things you've achieved, because it shows your abilities, it shows your talents, and just remind yourself over those over and over again. And I sometimes slip up and forget to do this, but when I start doing this again, I really begin to get that belief back into me and realise I can be better right now, because I've achieved all these things and I've got all this I've got all of this inside of me right now. And then my final tip to be better is to just be yourself right now. And I wasn't even planning to say this in the script, but I felt it needed saying, since you'll probably notice on this video that I've made a couple of hiccups and said the words incorrectly or rushed something too soon. And that is because I am a human being and I'm allowed to make mistakes. And there's so many like edited things on social media you'll see these days, which makes us think that to be better, we have to be perfect, we have to grow. But allowing yourself to make mistakes and show your real self is actually going to encourage other people as well if you do that. But be okay with making mistakes to be better, because nobody is perfect. So my question for you today is, what are you going to do to work on yourself daily to be that better person than you were the day before? It's a very competitive world out there, and the way people speak for us, it's all about numbers, it's all about targets. Yes, you need, if you want to grow a business and things like that, these are things you're going to have to look at in terms of growing your numbers. But don't lose track of all the stuff you love. Don't lose track of the things you love. And don't forget about all the things you've achieved and who you are, and the fact you can make things into a habit right now. You don't have to wait to achieve something. You can make that video now. You can write something now. You can go out, and if you want to be, a professional athlete, you can go out and do that sport now. So that's what I've got for you today, and I'll catch you soon.